Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 21st of July 2024. Today's video is um, the assassination or the trying to assassinate President Trump. My last week's video, that situation was still unclear what was happening, so I didn't talk about it at all. However, it's a worthy subject. So today's video I decided to call it Islam and the assassination of Trump bin al-Ashraf. And that's a little bit complicated. I'm going to explain each point, and then at the end we'll put the pieces together. It's actually like a puzzle today. Islam, the first word, it's known, supposed to be a religion brought to us 1400 years ago by a person from Arabia. Okay, that's number one. Trump is Donald Trump, was the 45th president, and he seems to be hopefully the 47th president of the United States and the free world, by the way. The last name that many people may not be familiar with, bin al-Ashraf. The full name is Ka'b bin al-Ashraf. Who was Ka'b bin al-Ashraf? There was a Jewish man living in Arabia 1400 years ago. When the founder of Islam came, this man, he was from a very wealthy family, very wealthy man, well-educated man, well-spoken, and he was a poet. And that a man with that kind of charisma and status, he would actually influence the public very easily. Because this man was very educated, he knew all the stories, the myth, the Jewish stories, the Christian stories, and so on and so forth. So he is not to be toyed with or played with, okay? This is like today, I will liken him to a professor in Harvard, okay, who probably read thousands of books about cultures, about history, about a professor, okay, and you get somebody from second grade kid trying to challenge him. That was the situation. Ka'b bin al-Ashraf, he was a very well-educated man, and when he heard the nonsense that was going on in Arabia 1400 years ago, he criticized it with knowledge. And that's very dangerous, extremely dangerous. And he was putting it in poem, which it has, the Arabs back then, that was the way to touch a person's heart, mind, is through poem. So this man was a very substantial danger to the ignorance that came to us 1400 years ago. He could not deal with this man on the intellectual level or on the financial level. So what to do then? All right, so he called the founder of this ideology, who is for Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf. Who would Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf? So I think it was, I will put you the hadith, you can look for it, read it yourself, I'm sorry. I believe three people stood up. One of them is half brother of Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf. So he told them, they asked, do you want us to kill him? Yes, said he committed atrocity towards God and his messenger. And this is a Jewish man, by the way, who knows Judaism probably more than many people even today. He's a scholar. And traditionally, I know that Jewish people believed in one God. So how did he commit atrocity towards God? I'm not sure. Anyway, I believe 3 people volunteered to go to slaughter him. And they succeeded. Why? Because he is so dangerous. So dangerous. You see how the pieces coming together here? Donald Trump and the picture I put with the video. Let's speak about Barack Hussein Obama. Who's Barack Hussein Obama? Barack, that's his African name. Hussein, that's the name of the grandson of the founder of Islam. The founder of Islam had a daughter, her name was Fatima. She had 2 sons. One was named Al-Hassan and the second was named Al-Hussein or Hussein. Same like Saddam Hussein. Practically the same name, same writing, the same name, same meaning. Was Barack Obama a Muslim? Let's see. There's a hadith from the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, left us a hadith said people can lie in 3 occasions. I'm going to put you this hadith. You can study it for yourself, read it for yourself. In case, if you are, it actually on the externally, it looks okay. If you are going to bring peace between people, 2 people or 2 groups of people, to bring peace, is like what we call today a white lie. I don't like it very much because it can actually take you to realize after that. Once you start lying, you are lying. Okay? It's better to say the truth that is for everybody. And the second one is to a man with his wife or a wife with her husband. They may be hating each other's guts, but she or he could come to her and say, I really love you and let's, work together to advance and stuff like that. So that's acceptable lie. I forgot the third one. I'm going to put you the hadith. Anyway, it's not the issue. The issue here is you are given a license to lie. And because it escalates after that, there's some additional tickets to lie, and that's called, which is under the word taqiyya, or the proper word is called ma'arid. Ma'arid, it means you say something but you don't mean it in the way that it should be understood. You say it in one way but to influence the other party to understand it in a different way so you can get away with something. Practically lies. Why am I saying that? Because the picture I put on that video was Barack Hussein Obama. lying when he became a president, and he said, I am Christian. The third case, a Muslim can lie in the case of war. At the time of war, you lie to the enemy. And this is also strange. Let's say Russia and America now considered the enemy of one another. Could either side go, let's say the Russian side can come to America and say, could you please tell us what is the most advanced rocket you invented to shoot airplane, or the secret of the F-35, or the secret of the F-22? I don't need to lie. Get lost. I don't need to tell you this. I don't need to tell you this. Get lost. And I didn't lie, and I was straightforward. The fact you give a ticket to lie, you are opening the door or the gate for people to learn to lie and to lie. So here, did Barack Obama lied when he said that he was Christian? Apparently, during his administration, he took a load of cash in an airplane, gave it to the Islamic country of Iran. Is Iran seeking the construction and the well-being of America, or the destruction of America? What do you think? What do you think all Muslim ideologies, those who are immersed in the Islamic ideology, do they want the well-being of America or the destruction of America? When you give money to the enemy, that much money, what are you seeking? Do you love America? Or you say you love America and you are the president of America, yet your true motivation is the destruction of America and the West. Again, according to this ideology, you are in a state of war. Hence, lying is acceptable. You lie to the enemy is acceptable. Apparently, it looks to me, when you go and give cash, that much money, to a country or a group of people who is seeking your total destruction, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it, but it is interesting. Okay? So, many people, actually, one more thing I need to mention about Barack Hussein Obama. He is also a dedicated socialist communist. Okay? He is a socialist communist. And in socialism, socialist communist, the ends justifies the mean. That's practically, if you need to lie to get to your objective, fine. So, in a way, in this person, two things have united: lying from the hadith, and the end justifies the mean from socialist communist ideology. And his behavior suggests that. Now, there is a man who was the 45th president and is about to become the 47th president. 47th. Okay. This man, they tried to actually stop him by so many means, as the founder of Islam tried to stop few poets at his time. by intimidating them, accusing them of so many strange things. It didn't work. They knew how to expose this liar. So it didn't work. The same thing today. What's her name? This Clinton, the dossier, the Russian dossier. She did it and she paid for it, and she accused Trump of doing it. That didn't work. He misused money. It didn't work. So many things they tried to put on him. They convicted him 34 count of wrongdoing to send him to prison is not working. So what's the ultimate solution here? Socialism, Islam follow the same path. The end justifies the mean. If you need to lie, go ahead and lie. It's permissible. You are in a state of war. It is permissible. Now, what's developing, I'm following it, and some people, I mean, nothing is 100% accurate until now. However, some people are saying that the young man, the guy who was 20 years old, without mentioning his name, I don't need to do that, he was not really the shooter. It was a decoy. And this actually, if you study war, and when a person is supposed to assassinate somebody, let me give you an example of Malcolm X. As he was preaching on a Friday in New York City, he had to go. They had to assassinate him. It's not that I agree or disagree with what he was preaching. That's not the issue here. But he had to go. They tried to stop him in many ways. They couldn't stop him. And his popularity kept rising. So he had to go. They had to get rid of him. Does it sound familiar with Trump today? Yes. And his popularity keeps rising. So what was the solution? The ultimate solution, similar to that the founder who came to us 1400 years ago did with his enemies. The ultimate solution. So, with the Prophet of Allah, he sent the brother, half-brother of Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf, and two other guys, and they called him at night, and they overpowered him, and they slaughtered him. He did the same with the old woman. She was also a Jewish woman. Her name was Qurfa, an old grandma. He split her in half because she was using her tongue. The word is very dangerous, more dangerous than his sword. Okay, the third one was also a Jewish woman, a mother. She was nursing her baby in bed, and she was asleep, and the baby was nursing. And one guy, he put his dagger in her stomach until it penetrated the other side of her body. And the little baby is nursing. And he let her die. He killed her. She was also a poet. They were talking. They were exposing. So to expose me, I have to stop you one way or another. It's either I call you name, I smear you, I put you in prison, I say you are, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. Yeah, he had a sexual relationship with a woman. I mean, many people do that. I'm not justifying it, but I mean, okay, you want to be justified? What's his name? Bill Clinton. He did that in the White House, in the Oval Office, in a public place. You won't be Just Bill Clinton, Google it. He raped a young lady when he was Attorney General of Arkansas, I believe. About 50 years ago, he was maybe not that much. Anyway, you can Google it. A woman, her name is Juanita Broderick. She wrote a book. I think the name of the book was called "You May Want Put Ice on Your Lips" or on your lip. I can't remember. But anyway, Juanita Broderick was raped by Bill Clinton. Nobody even talks about it. Okay, so there is an agenda here. The socialist system tries to shut the other side by one way or another, and the end justifies the mean. Islam similarly does the same thing. If you cannot force them to stop, and the lies practically the same thing, the end justifies the mean. Barack Obama has these two elements in him. Hussein, that's Muslim, definitely. Two, socialist communist ideology. He's immersed in it. So, do I believe somebody else other than this boy, 20 years old, trying to kill Trump? With Malcolm X, when he was preaching, few people on one side, let's say on the right side, they stood up and they were fighting with each other. Let my pocket, get your hand out of my pocket, do this. And they started fighting, punching other people. It's all group one, all together, to get the attention of the people on that side, and the security of Malcolm X to go on that side. Whereas on the other side, when everybody's looking this way, I think it was 3 people on the other side, each pulled his gun and they started shooting Malcolm X to death. It's not that I agree with Malcolm X or any of his teaching, no, but I mean the idea that this boy was there is a decoy so that the real assassin can have a clear shot on Trump using the same similar garbage that it came to us 1400 years ago and 1917 when communism came to us officially. We thank you very much and we hope to hear from you.